Greetings, and a very good day to you. I'm Dr. Eleanor Vance, and it is truly a pleasure to connect with you from my home here in Palo Alto, California. For more than 20 years, my work has focused on helping men and women navigate the shifts that come with age, always with a goal to find simple, profound, and often overlooked solutions that lead to a life of continued vitality. It's about empowering you to take charge of your health in a way that feels natural and deeply personal. Today, I want to talk about something that might seem utterly mundane. What if I told you that one of the most powerful health tools you can own costs less than a cup of coffee and is probably hiding in the back of your kitchen cabinet forgotten? We all know baking soda is great for making cookies rise or for cleaning a stubborn stain, but that's just scratching the surface. For most people, its story ends there. Today, we're diving into the science-backed secrets of baking soda, discoveries that show how this simple white powder can impact everything from your dental health to your athletic performance, and even the function of your vital organs. This is the information that only about 1% of people truly understand. And this isn't just folk wisdom. We'll be looking at what modern research is revealing about its incredible and sometimes surprising potential. Before we begin, I must ask you to stay with me for our entire time together. We will start with a general overview, but the most important and truly life-changing information, the crucial steps for a path forward in your own life, will be revealed as we go. The actionable insights and a detailed guide on how to approach this trend will be found in the latter half of our episode, and I promise you, they are well worth the wait. The journey we are about to embark on is one of curiosity and empowerment, a journey of rediscovery. I want this to be a conversation. The humble box of baking soda has been a part of many of our lives for so long, but perhaps we've never looked at it with a sense of wonder. Have you ever used it for something other than baking or cleaning? Have you ever thought of it as a tool for your personal well-being? I would love to hear your thoughts, your curiosities, and your concerns in the comments below. Your questions help guide our community and can provide valuable insights for others who are listening. The historical and clinical context of sodium bicarbonate. So what makes baking soda so special? In one word, balance. Our bodies, in their magnificent complexity, work best within a very narrow pH range. You can think of it like the temperature of a perfect shower, a little too hot or a little too cold, and it becomes uncomfortable and inefficient. When parts of our body, from our blood to our mouth, become too acidic, things start to go wrong. Baking soda, known in the scientific world as sodium bicarbonate, is a natural alkaline substance. Its superpower is its remarkable ability to neutralize excess acid, gently nudging our systems back toward a healthy, balanced state. And that one simple ability is the key to all the surprising benefits we're about to uncover. The use of sodium bicarbonate isn't a modern trend. It has deep roots in human history. The ancient Egyptians, for example, used a naturally occurring mineral called natron, which is a mix of sodium carbonate and sodium bicarbonate, for cleaning, as a soap, and even in mummification. This mineral was found in great abundance in ancient dry lake beds and was a cornerstone of their daily lives. Fast forward to the mid-19th century, and baking soda's widespread household use began with the rise of modern baking. Its commercialization by companies like Church and Dwight in the United States in the mid-1800s made it a staple in kitchens across the globe. But its medicinal properties were also recognized early on. For over a century, doctors have been aware of its ability to neutralize stomach acid. In the late 1800s, it was commonly prescribed by physicians as an antacid, long before the pharmaceutical industry created modern equivalents. Its clinical use became even more critical in the 20th century. Today, it is a fundamental tool in hospital settings for treating conditions like metabolic acidosis, which is a severe acid-base imbalance in the body, and it's also used in some emergency situations, such as to manage severe drug overdoses or to alkalinize the urine to aid in the excretion of certain toxins. This rich history reminds us that what seems new and surprising is often a rediscovery of ancient wisdom, now validated by modern science. The path from a humble mineral in the Nile to a life-saving tool in a modern hospital is a testament to its powerful fundamental nature. It is a story of a substance that has been with us for millennia, constantly adapting to our needs. Diverse journeys, patient anecdotes. In my practice, I have seen firsthand how simple adjustments can have profound effects. The power of baking soda, when used correctly, is often met with a combination of skepticism and amazement. I think of a few people whose stories truly illustrate this. I remember a gentleman I'll call Arthur, a retired carpenter in his early 70s. Arthur was a very active man, but he had been plagued by persistent low-grade joint pain, particularly in his hands and knees. He had been diagnosed with mild osteoarthritis and was taking over-the-counter anti-inflammatory medications, but they only provided limited relief. The pain was starting to interfere with his favorite hobby, woodworking, which brought him so much joy. He came to me feeling frustrated and resigned, assuming this was just the new normal of aging. We discussed the emerging research on baking soda's anti-inflammatory effects. After consulting with his primary care physician and with a careful eye on his blood pressure, he decided to try a simple regimen of a half teaspoon in a glass of water each morning. The change was not immediate, but over several weeks, he noticed a significant difference. The morning stiffness in his hands began to lessen, and he could spend more time in his workshop without the throbbing pain that used to force him to stop. He told me it was like the rust had been cleaned out of the joints. It was a powerful reminder that sometimes the most effective tools are the simplest. Then there was a woman I'll call Eleanor, a vibrant 68-year-old who loved hiking and long walks. Eleanor was in great shape, but she was starting to experience a new type of fatigue. During her more strenuous hikes, she would hit a wall of muscle burn and exhaustion much sooner than she used to. This was discouraging for her, as it made her feel like she was losing her strength. We talked about the physiological causes of muscle fatigue, particularly the buildup of lactic acid. I explained the concept of baking soda as a buffering agent, helping to neutralize that acid. With a very small, carefully measured dose of a quarter teaspoon in a full glass of water taken about an hour before her hike, she was able to push through that fatigue barrier. She said the feeling of hitting the wall was gone, replaced by a more sustained, steady energy. She was so excited, she told me. It wasn't that I was getting old, it was that my body just needed a little bit of extra help. Of course, we made sure she was always staying well hydrated and that she was not experiencing any stomach discomfort. But for her, this simple tool was a game changer that allowed her to continue a beloved activity that was so important for her physical and mental well-being. I must ask you again, have these stories brought to mind your own experiences or those of someone you love? What wisdom do you have to share with this community? Please, feel free to add your voice below. 7 surprising benefits and lifestyle integrations. So, with that simple power of balance in mind, let's unlock the 7 surprising ways you can use baking soda for your health. Oral health and soothing canker sores. We've all experienced the sharp, irritating pain of a canker sore. These sores often thrive in an acidic environment. By neutralizing the acids in your mouth, baking soda can reduce the irritation, soothe the pain, and create an environment where the sore can heal faster. It works the same way for bad breath, as it neutralizes the odor-causing acids produced by bacteria. The mechanism is straightforward. It changes the pH of the oral environment, making it less hospitable for the bacteria and acids that cause these issues. A 2017 study in the Journal of Clinical and Experimental Dentistry looked at the effects of a sodium bicarbonate mouthwash and found it significantly reduced oral malodor and had an antimicrobial effect. Here's how to use it safely. For a simple mouthwash, dissolve half a teaspoon of baking soda in half a glass of warm water. Swish it around in your mouth for about 30 seconds, then spit it out. Do not swallow it. This can be done once or twice a day. Now, a word of caution. While this is great for occasional relief, if you have chronic bad breath or frequent sores, you should see your dentist, as it could be a sign of a deeper underlying issue. This is a supportive tool, not a cure for chronic conditions. Soothing skin irritations. Imagine the frustrating burning itch from a mosquito bite or a bee sting. That irritation is caused by acidic compounds injected into your skin. Baking soda's alkaline nature comes to the rescue again. It works by creating a neutralizing effect on the skin's surface, which helps to calm the inflammatory response and provide a cooling, soothing sensation. Here's how to use it. Create a simple paste by mixing 3 parts baking soda with 1 part water. Apply this paste directly to the affected area. It helps neutralize the irritants and provides a cooling, soothing sensation that can give you almost instant relief from the itch. A word of caution, this is intended for minor local irritations. If you experience signs of a severe allergic reaction, like difficulty breathing or swelling, far from the bite area, seek immediate medical attention. For broader skin irritations, a baking soda bath can be a wonderful, calming remedy. Occasional, digestive comfort. That fiery sensation of heartburn or acid reflux is literally caused by stomach acid traveling where it doesn't belong. For quick, occasional relief, baking soda can be very effective because it directly neutralizes that excess stomach acid upon contact. Its action is almost immediate, providing a rapid sense of relief that many over-the-counter antacids, which often have a slower mechanism of action, cannot. The key is to understand that you are treating the symptom, not the root cause. Here's how you can use it. Dissolve no more than half a teaspoon of baking soda in a full glass of water and drink it slowly. This can provide rapid relief, but I must stress this. This is for occasional use only. If you experience frequent heartburn, it's a sign that you need to see a doctor to find the root cause. Overusing baking soda can disrupt your body's natural acid production and electrolyte balance. The key here is mindful, occasional use, boosting athletic performance. When you're in the middle of an intense workout and you feel that muscle burn forcing you to stop, that's largely due to the buildup of lactic acid. This acidifies your muscles, causing fatigue. Some studies have shown that taking baking soda before a workout can act as a buffering agent, helping to neutralize this acid. This may delay the onset of fatigue, allowing you to perform at a high intensity for a little bit longer. This is particularly relevant for high-intensity interval training or short-burst endurance activities. A 2013 review in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research highlighted several studies where sodium bicarbonate supplementation led to improved performance in various sports, from cycling to sprinting. The science is solid, but the application requires care. Here's how to do it. About 60 to 90 minutes before a high-intensity workout, you can dissolve a small amount, and I mean small. Start with about a quarter teaspoon in a large glass of water. A critical word of caution here. This practice can cause stomach discomfort for some people. Always start with a very small dose to see how your body reacts and make sure you are well hydrated. This isn't for a casual jog. It's for high-intensity athletes, and it's best discussed with a sports nutritionist or doctor. Speaking of boosting performance and restoring natural vitality, while baking soda can help with muscle fatigue, I want to take a moment to address a specific concern for many of our male viewers. If you've ever felt like your drive and stamina in the bedroom aren't what they used to be, you are not alone. But before you ever consider risky pills or injections, you need to see this. There is a bizarrely simple 100% natural home remedy that takes just 7 seconds a day. It's designed to reverse the real scientific root cause of male performance issues, helping you get hard as steel on command and restoring the unstoppable stamina of your youth. For our male viewers who are interested, I've put a QR code on the screen right now. Just open your phone's camera and point it at the code to watch a short eye-opening video about this breakthrough. If you can't use the QR code, don't worry. I've also put a direct link in the pinned comment below this video for you to watch it right after you finish here. All right, now let's get back to our list of the incredible benefits of baking soda. The fifth surprising benefit of baking soda is for soothing joint discomfort. This is where the science gets really fascinating. Chronic inflammation is a key driver of pain in conditions like rheumatoid arthritis. Emerging research suggests that drinking a baking soda solution may actually signal to our body to produce a more anti-inflammatory response. It seems to calm down specific immune cells called macrophages, telling them to switch from a pro-inflammatory state to an anti-inflammatory one. A groundbreaking study in the Journal of Immunology found that drinking a sodium bicarbonate solution could calm the immune system and reduce inflammation in rats and humans. The study's lead author described the effect as the baking soda, telling the immune cells to take it easy. This is a profound finding and a powerful new way of thinking about how simple dietary changes can influence our body's complex systems. How to use it. A common dose in studies is about half a teaspoon dissolved in a glass of water, taken daily. However, and this is incredibly important, you should absolutely consult your doctor before trying this because baking soda contains sodium. It can affect blood pressure, which is a major concern. Do not start this regimen without medical guidance. Number 6, for supporting kidney function. This is perhaps the most profound and also the most sensitive application of baking soda. In people with chronic kidney disease, the kidneys lose their ability to remove acid from the blood, leading to a condition called metabolic acidosis. This can accelerate the damage to the kidneys. Multiple studies have shown that sodium bicarbonate therapy can help neutralize this acid, balance the body's pH, and significantly slow the progression of kidney disease. In a pivotal 2009 study published in the Journal of the American Society of Nephrology, patients with advanced chronic kidney disease who received daily doses of sodium bicarbonate showed a significantly slower decline in kidney function than those who did not. Now, I am not going to give you a how-to for this one because this should never be attempted at home without a doctor. I can't stress this enough. This therapy must only be done under the strict supervision of a nephrologist or a primary care physician who is closely monitoring your blood work and overall condition. Attempting to self-treat a serious condition like kidney disease with baking soda is extremely dangerous. And finally, number 7, as a natural deodorant. Body odor isn't caused by sweat itself, but by bacteria on our skin, breaking it down into acidic byproducts. Baking soda tackles this in 2 ways. It neutralizes those odor-causing acids, and its antibacterial properties help reduce the bacteria population in the first place. This makes it a great natural alternative for those who wish to avoid the chemicals often found in commercial deodorants and antiperspirants. Here's how to use it. You can make a paste with a little bit of baking soda and water, or mix it with a bit of coconut oil. Gently apply a very thin layer to your underarms. A quick caution. Some people with sensitive skin might find this irritating. It's always best to test it on a small patch of skin first before applying it more broadly. Unpacking the myths, separating fact from fiction. The topic of baking soda as a health tool has led to several myths that can be confusing and, in some cases, dangerous. Let's bring these out into the light and replace them with compassionate, evidence-based truth. Myth. Baking soda is a cure-all for every ailment. Truth. This is a dangerous oversimplification. As we've discussed, baking soda is a powerful tool for balance, primarily due to its ability to neutralize acid. However, it is a supportive tool, not a magic bullet or a replacement for proper medical treatment. For a serious condition like chronic kidney disease, it must be used under strict medical supervision. For everyday ailments, it can provide relief, but it won't address the root cause. It's an adjunct, a helpful sidekick, but not the hero of the story. The belief in a cure-all is what often leads people to make dangerous choices. Myth. You can drink a lot of baking soda to make your body alkaline. Truth: this is a common and very harmful misconception, often tied to the flawed alkaline diet theory. While baking soda is alkaline, consuming large amounts of it can have severe consequences. Our bodies have incredibly sophisticated systems to maintain a precise pH balance. Over-consuming baking soda can disrupt this delicate equilibrium, leading to a condition called metabolic alkalosis, which can cause heart arrhythmias, muscle weakness, and even seizures. The dose makes the poison, and when it comes to baking soda, less is always more. Our bodies are not meant to be alkalized in this way. They are designed to be in a state of delicate equilibrium. The body will fight tooth and nail to maintain its pH, and trying to force it can cause severe stress on your system. Myth: all baking soda is the same. Truth: for most household and health applications, standard baking soda is perfectly fine. However, it's worth noting that some products may contain additional ingredients. When using it for health purposes, it's best to choose a pure, aluminum-free baking soda to ensure you're only getting sodium bicarbonate. The difference between baking soda and baking powder is also critical, as they are not interchangeable for these health benefits. Myth: baking soda is a safe alternative to all medications. Truth: while baking soda can provide relief for certain conditions, it is not a substitute for prescribed medications. For example, if you have chronic heartburn, a doctor may prescribe a proton pump inhibitor to address the root cause, while baking soda only provides temporary symptomatic relief. Using baking soda in place of your prescribed medication can be very dangerous. Always follow your doctor's advice. This myth can lead to people discontinuing life-saving medications, a choice that can have fatal consequences. Myth: baking soda for performance is harmless. Truth: as we touched upon, using baking soda for athletic performance, a practice sometimes called soda loading, can be effective but also has side effects. It can cause significant gastrointestinal distress, bloating, and diarrhea. It's not a practice for beginners or the faint of heart, and it should only be considered for elite athletes under the guidance of a professional. For the average person, focusing on hydration and a balanced diet is a much safer and more sustainable approach to fitness. Myth: if it's natural, it must be safe. Truth: this is a dangerous blanket statement. Arsenic is natural, but it is also a powerful poison. The key is understanding the dose, the context, and the individual's health status. Baking soda is a natural substance, but its power to affect our body's chemistry means it must be used with caution and respect, especially for internal use. A detailed FAQ for our VitaPrime community. Question: can I use baking soda for whitening my teeth? Yes, baking soda is a mild abrasive that can help remove surface stains on your teeth, leading to a whiter appearance. It is a common ingredient in many toothpastes for this reason. However, you should use it sparingly. A paste of a small amount of baking soda with water can be used a couple of times a week, but not daily, as excessive use can wear down your tooth enamel over time. It is a helpful tool, but it's important to use it with care to protect your dental health. A 2012 study in the Journal of Clinical Dentistry found that toothpastes containing baking soda were more effective at removing plaque and reducing gingivitis than toothpastes without it. It is always best to consult with your dentist to ensure this is a safe option for your individual dental health. Question: what is the difference between baking soda and baking powder? This is a great question and a common point of confusion. Baking soda is pure sodium bicarbonate. Baking powder, on the other hand, is a mix of baking soda, an acid, like cream of tartar, and a filler, like cornstarch. When baking powder gets wet, it reacts to create carbon dioxide bubbles, which is what makes baked goods rise. Because baking powder already contains an acid, it is not an effective tool for neutralizing acid in your body. Only pure baking soda, sodium bicarbonate, has the alkaline properties we have been discussing today. Question: I have high blood pressure. Can I still use baking soda for some of these benefits? This is a very important question. Because baking soda is a form of sodium, it can directly impact your blood pressure. For individuals with high blood pressure, using baking soda in large or frequent doses can be very dangerous and can exacerbate your condition. This is why I have repeatedly stressed the importance of consulting your doctor before starting any new regimen. For minor topical uses like a skin paste, it is likely safe, but for any internal use, even for occasional heartburn, you must speak with your doctor first. Your doctor can help you weigh the risks and benefits and determine if a small, carefully monitored dose is appropriate for you. Question: what about using baking soda in a bath? A baking soda bath can be a wonderfully soothing experience. It can help with skin irritations, minor rashes, or a simple sunburn. Adding about a half cup of baking soda to a warm bath can help to neutralize acids on the skin's surface and provides a calming sensation. It can be particularly effective for itchy or irritated skin. It is generally considered safe for most people, but if you have a pre-existing skin condition, you may want to consult a dermatologist first. Some people even use it to soften their skin and exfoliate gently, as the fine powder can act as a mild scrub. Question: can I use baking soda for my hair? Some people use baking soda as a no-poo shampoo alternative. The idea is that its alkaline nature helps to clarify the hair and remove buildup without stripping natural oils. However, many experts advise against this. Our scalp and hair have a naturally acidic pH, and using an alkaline substance like baking soda can disrupt this balance, leading to dry, brittle hair and an irritated scalp. Over time, it can cause damage to the hair shaft. It's a practice that should be approached with extreme caution, if at all. There are many gentler, pH-balanced products available today that are much safer and more effective for long-term hair health. A 2014 study in the International Journal of Trichology found that using a highly alkaline solution like baking soda on the hair can cause cuticle damage and increased friction, leading to breakage. Question: what are some signs that I might be overusing baking soda? The most common signs of overusing baking soda internally include gastrointestinal issues like gas, bloating, and stomach cramps. In more severe cases, you may experience headaches, dizziness, or muscle weakness due to the disruption of your body's electrolyte balance. This is because the sudden change in pH can cause your kidneys to excrete more potassium, which is vital for muscle and nerve function. If you experience any of these symptoms, you should stop using baking soda and consult your doctor immediately. This is a powerful substance, and we must treat it with respect. Question: is baking soda effective for foot odor? Yes, baking soda can be very effective for foot odor. Similar to its use as a deodorant, it neutralizes the acids that are produced by bacteria breaking down sweat. You can sprinkle a small amount of baking soda directly into your shoes or socks to absorb moisture and eliminate odor. You can also create a soothing foot soak by adding a few tablespoons to a basin of warm water. This can help to deodorize and soften the skin on your feet. Question: how does baking soda work in a clinical setting to treat conditions like metabolic acidosis? In a hospital setting, metabolic acidosis is a serious condition where there is too much acid in the body's fluids. This can be caused by various medical conditions, such as kidney failure or uncontrolled diabetes. Doctors administer sodium bicarbonate intravenously, directly into the bloodstream. This is a highly controlled process, with the patient's blood pH and electrolyte levels being constantly monitored. The goal is to correct the severe acid-base imbalance quickly and safely, something that is impossible to replicate with at-home remedies. This clinical use highlights just how powerful sodium bicarbonate is and why it must be used with extreme caution outside of a doctor's care. Question: what are the long-term effects of using baking soda for heartburn? While baking soda is great for occasional heartburn, the long-term effects of regular use can be problematic. Continually neutralizing stomach acid can lead to a condition known as rebound acid production, where your stomach starts to produce even more acid to compensate, leading to a vicious cycle. It can also, as we've discussed, cause disruptions to your body's electrolyte balance and can be particularly harmful for those with high blood pressure. Chronic heartburn is a symptom of an underlying issue, and that issue needs to be addressed by a healthcare professional, not masked by a temporary fix. Question: are there any specific foods that baking soda interacts with? Baking soda's primary interaction is with acids. For this reason, it can neutralize the effects of acidic foods and beverages. However, from a health perspective, there are no known dangerous interactions with specific foods, provided it is used in a responsible manner. The bigger concern is the interaction with certain medications, particularly those for heart conditions or blood pressure, due to its sodium content. This is another reason why it's so important to talk to your doctor before using it internally. Question: is it safe to use baking soda to make an exfoliating face scrub? Using baking soda as a face scrub is a practice that I would generally advise against. While it is a mild abrasive, it is too alkaline for the delicate pH of our skin. The skin on our face has an acid mantle, which is a protective barrier that helps to keep moisture in and bacteria out. Using baking soda can disrupt this barrier, leading to dryness, irritation, and a weakened defense against environmental stressors. There are many other gentle, pH-balanced exfoliating products available on the market that are much safer and more effective for your skin. Question: can baking soda help with gout? Gout is a form of arthritis caused by a buildup of uric acid crystals in the joints. The pain can be excruciating. Because baking soda is an alkaline substance, there is a theory that it can help to neutralize some of the uric acid in the body, potentially reducing the frequency and severity of gout attacks. Some studies have suggested that alkalinizing the urine with sodium bicarbonate can help with the excretion of uric acid. However, this is a complex condition that requires careful management by a physician. The sodium content in baking soda can be a concern for many people with gout, who often also have underlying health conditions, like high blood pressure. Therefore, this is another application that should only be considered under the strict supervision of a doctor. Question: what about using baking soda for insect bites? We've already discussed the use of baking soda for mosquito and bee stings, but it's important to note its broad applicability to a range of insect bites. The acidic components in many insect venoms and saliva are neutralized by the alkaline nature of baking soda. This is why a simple paste can be so effective. It can provide relief from the itch and swelling of bites from ants, chiggers, and even spiders. It is a safe and effective first-line remedy for minor bites. But again, if you have a severe reaction or the bite becomes infected, you should seek medical attention. Question: can baking soda be used for cleaning vegetables and fruits? Yes, this is a wonderful and safe use for baking soda. A 2017 study in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry found that a baking soda solution was the most effective way to remove pesticide residue from apples when compared to a water wash or a bleach wash. A simple solution of 1 teaspoon of baking soda in 2 cups of water can be used to soak fruits and vegetables for a few minutes. Then gently scrub them and rinse them with water. It's a simple, non-toxic way to ensure your food is clean. Question: is baking soda safe for children to use for any of these benefits? The use of baking soda in children, especially internally, is not recommended without a doctor's guidance. Children have a much smaller body mass and a more delicate electrolyte balance, which can be easily disrupted. For topical uses, such as a paste for bug bites, it is generally considered safe, but always test on a small area of skin first. For any internal use, you must consult with a pediatrician. Before we finish, let's recap the golden rules for using baking soda safely. First and most importantly, always talk to your doctor before starting any new regimen, especially if you are pregnant, have pre-existing conditions like high blood pressure, heart issues, or kidney disease. Second, remember that baking soda is a supportive tool, not a replacement for medical treatment or prescribed medication. And third, more is not better. Stick to small recommended doses. Overconsumption can lead to serious health problems by disrupting your body's delicate electrolyte and acid-based balance. Respect the powder, so the next time you see that humble box of baking soda in your cupboard, you'll know you're looking at more than just a baker's friend. You're looking at a powerful science-backed tool for your health, a tool that, when understood and used responsibly, truly is a hidden gem. Now, I'm curious to hear from you. Have you ever used baking soda for any of these health reasons? Share your experience responsibly in the comments below. We can all learn from each other. If you found this video helpful and want to uncover more secrets about everyday items, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next video. Thank you for watching and stay curious.